Welcome to Breakfast with Brandon. Today's topic is going to be something that's a little more laid back, a little more personal. Some people have asked me, what does it feel like? What is the experience that you have now that you're no longer a police officer? So for some of you that don't know, I've been a police officer for the last 6 years, and now I'm transitioning to working with Conservative Tribune and being in media full time. So we're going to touch on that, and I'm going to try to be as straightforward and honest with you guys, and we'll go from there. One of the major things that I've learned, things that I've actually felt from leaving the police department to now doing media full time is the stress level. And I like to look at stress on a scale of 1 to 10. And I'd say, and it's very unfortunate at times that as a police officer, when I wake up in the morning, my stress levels are already at probably a 6 or a 7. And then when I go to work, my stress levels, when I show up to work, reach about maybe 8. And right before we leave briefing, before we go out into the community and take calls for service, my stress level is well over a 10. And one thing that I learned is that in this job, it's way less than that. I mean, when I wake up, my stress level is probably at a 3. When I get to work, it actually goes down to like a 1. And once I get my coffee and everything else, it go back up to a 2 or 3. So that's one big notable change in my life is the huge drop and stress, and it has obviously allowed me to have a more flexible, balanced mental life. And that's one thing that I'm looking forward to. One thing that makes me saddened is that I know that there's a lot of people still out there working hard every day, putting their lives on the line for individuals who have to still live with all of that stress and still balance life. All right, so in addition to the stress, one thing is there's a lot of things that I think I'm going to really miss being a police officer. And I think that one of the things that is very hard for me leaving the police department is that I had an opportunity, although I still have one, it's just a very different opportunity when you're on the streets and you're dealing with people face to face at their worst moments. I'm going to miss being able to speak life into people when they're at their lowest point. People who have been victims of crimes, who've perpetuated crimes, that I've been able to utilize what God has put into me to then spread that to other people in these intimate situations that no one else have the chance to experience. And I'm really gonna miss those times. I'm gonna miss, the camaraderie. It's kind of like on a football team, how you have fun with your teammates in the locker room, and you joke, and there's a lot of interesting conversations. I'm gonna miss those. And briefing was our locker room talk. And briefing was when we get together and we have a good time, we joke with each other. And I'm gonna miss those times because those situations really actually built me for who I am today and really helped me connect with people that I feel like that may not happen in the future, but may happen in a different way. Not that it's bad, but it's just different. So although I'm not actively a police officer, I still have the ability, because this is how I feel about policing and how I feel about my transition, is that God has given me a gift to be a certain thing. I'm a certain person. I have these tangible gifts that I can express for the glory of God, right? So policing was just one step, and now I'm transitioning to doing the same thing in another step. So what I plan on doing here moving forward is that I plan on still reaching out to local law enforcement. Breakfast with Brandon, hopefully we can have some people from law enforcement on to kind of give us some dialogue. Also, I want to be very involved, and I will be very involved in charitable events. We're going to have, things on our Patriot Depot, which is our website that we have clothes and stuff and other items that a lot of people love. We're going to have items specifically for law enforcement, and we're going to try to figure out what proceeds we can utilize that can then benefit, foundations for law enforcement, fallen officers. I'm totally open and willing to go to precincts, to go to briefings and have conversation with law enforcement. And one of the main things that I feel like that I have this unique ability with, now that I'm not a part of the police department, is that I have the ability to tell the truth about the police department in a way that people may not been exposed to, because I can't really say what I really felt, or I couldn't say what I really feel about certain things, good or bad, about the police department, because I was employed with the police department. And the way the political climate is, I can say something that can cause me to lose my job. But see, now I can say whatever I want, and I can give life and give words and give a voice to police officers who cannot do it because they're, subject to their boss. They're subject to the government. They're subject to whatever municipality that they're associated with. So I could give them a voice, and that is my plan here moving forward. To the day I die, I'm always going to bleed blue, and we're going to do it right, and we're going to do it in a positive way with Conservative Tribune. So thank you guys for watching the show. Make sure you comment down below. I want to know what you're thinking. I want to know how you feel about what I said today, and continue to give us stories, continue to give us things to talk about, because what we want to do is talk about the things you want to hear about. So make sure you join us again next time, and you guys have a blessed day.